Well, hey folks, welcome to the second edition of Quarantine Campfire. Today, I'm going to be using my Fiskars X7 only to split the wood, but also make the feather sticks. Going to be using matches to try and do the one match fire again. We're also going to talk some of my favorite apocalyptic videos, movies. I want to hear from you guys as well, what yours are throughout this video. Let's have some fun. Well, hey folks, welcome back to another video. It's March 2020. GT Junior's running around. It's okay, pal. And we're going to do another camp out. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and be kind of miserable, so we're trying to get as much fresh air and stuff going on. Here in our state, they're definitely doing like a distancing stay-at-home request / order, or whatever you want to call it. So basically, we're not supposed to go out unless we're like taking a walk and we can't stop, or you're hiking possibly, but you're not stopping, and you're just going to get like groceries or essentials, basically. So today I decided to bust out my well-loved Fiskars X7, about 25 bucks. I'll throw some links for you guys below. I've had this for years. I have not even looked at the edge. I don't know how. I literally pulled it out. Probably haven't used it in 6 months. Just put some electrical tape on the bottom. It's a great, just kind of do everything hatchet. Just haven't used it in a while. Just haven't done a lot of hatchet work in a while. So let's go ahead and get to it. So we'll split down some of this wood here. There we go. Look at that. Nice. That's sweet. Now, one of the main reasons I don't use a hatchet a lot, particularly if I'm like backpacking or hiking, one, they're heavy. But for me in the Rockies, I mean, we don't have a lot of super dense wood that you have to worry about to really split. That is difficult. A lot of our wood is like whitewood, you know, pine, aspen, and fir is what the majority of our wood is. So I mean, splitting can easily do it, and where I live, there's so much.
Dad, what are you doing?
Splitting it, bud. What do you think? Pretty sweet, right?
Maybe you cut it up in pieces and then you stop them.
Oh, yeah?
And then you start hatching it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, back up a little bit, all right? Guys, and keep working. That you, like any knife, should usually be able to baton split through anything that you need to make kindling. There's so much dead wood everywhere that you usually can just pick it up, you know, and make a fire if you needed to or whatever. Definitely use eye protection. So I want to hear from you guys what you're experiencing in your either country and or state. Are you having mandatory lockdowns? Or are you just encouraging social distancing? I forgot how much I love this Fiskars. I mean, for 25 bucks, it does so much work. And if you hit just a very simple convex edge, which really, or just flatten out the edge a little bit, it'll last quite a while without having to resharpen. But yeah, what are you guys experiencing? I gotta tell you, I never thought in my life that what we are experiencing would ever happen. So tell me how you're handling it. Is it pretty easy? And you're like, yeah, not a big deal. Is it really stressful? Do you have kids? What are you doing for fun with that? And I'd like to hear from you guys. How many of you are pretty competent with a hatchet? Do you feel like you're pretty competent, or is it like one of your must-go-to tools, or are you like, yeah, I hardly ever use a hatchet? One of the best videos I ever saw when I first got into using hatchets, you know, was a video Joe Flowers did. Have met him several times. Awesome guy. He knows his stuff, and a lot of his designs really connect with me when he does his knife designs and stuff for Condor usually. But he did a whole video with Adam from Equipped to Endure, I think, or on his channel. I don't remember how it all worked, but anyway, it was like one of the best technique hatchet videos and axe videos I've ever seen. It was so good, and I learned so much from that. And so if it's out there, I'll try and link it. Otherwise, you could look around for a Joe Flowers like axe or hatchet video, and I think it is so good. So if you don't know a lot, I mean, I have to do a video at some point on it myself. Maybe we'll do it during this quarantine time. something. But can it make shavings? Yes, it can. There we go.
What are you doing?
Making shavings on the axe. Or sorry, with the axe on the piece of wood.
You mean you're rubbing it down?
Yeah, it's kind of what you do. You see how I'm pushing it out and making those shavings?
Yeah.
That'll catch really good on the fire, huh? How are your pets holding up with you around more frequently if you're self-quarantining or quarantining yourself or whatever? I know Tommy's a lot happier that I'm around more often and not at work as much. I'm at the house. Obviously working online. So Tommy the trail dog is happy that Daddy's around. He'll be 8 years old in May. He's going strong. Okay, let's see.
Oh my God.
These matches don't work very well. I don't want to burn. There we go.
Judy, you need to step back.
Step back, bud.
Whoa. Hot.
There we go. Come on, baby.
Is that Alice?
I think so. So we should be good now. Pick it up, bud. Anyone with kids, are you dealing with the same stuff? That's what I want to know. Love them. Man, they are crazy sometimes. Tonight's yard time was a little hectic up until now. Having little kids running all over the place, screaming, yelling, some dogs out, all that. So I figured I'd wait till we put all the kids to bed. It's later now. Fiskars X7, still bomb sauce. Love this hatchet, this tool. Fully functional. Still just as awesome as the day I tested and reviewed it. Glad it's in the collection. And I mean, that honestly, to be real with you, you can easily spend $75 and really be set for any outdoor task. Get the Fiskars X1, get a Baco Laplander, and get yourself a Mora heavy duty companion, probably about $75. Ready to rock and roll. Everything else is like icing on the cake. Yes, you can find hatchets that are like cooler and have wood handles and like will hold an edge a little bit longer. Yes, you can find, you know, saws out there that maybe are slightly better in their teeth designing. I have yet to really find that to be true. Maybe Silky's a little bit, but you guys know my experience with Silky's. And then sure, you can spend $300 on a knife, on a fixed blade, but a Mora 9 times out of 10 is going to compete, if not outperform, some of those $300 knives. Those will just be cooler, have cooler materials, and hold an edge longer. I mean, that's really the deal. Unless you're like a full-on woodscraft guy who's just like out every day carving and whittling, you know, and doing woods work, a Mora is going to knock it out of the park for you. So anyway, that proves that. But yeah, tonight we'll just kind of do a little round table, if you will, by myself in the backyard with a campfire and you watching. But just talk through a few of my favorite apocalyptic movies. Now, immediately when I think of apocalyptic movies, I think Mad Max. And I think original Mad Max with Mel Gibson. And if I was to rate these movies, including Fury Road, including original Road Warrior and Beyond Thunderdome, I would put them like this. Top out of the entire Mad Max series is the second one, Road Warrior with Mel Gibson. Phenomenal movie, super crazy for its time. and just absolutely everything that I think about when it comes to like Apocalypse. And then after that, then I would actually rate it Fury Road, then the original, and then what's it called? Beyond Thunderdome as last. And that's how I would rate it, and I'm sticking to it. But I want to hear from you guys. If you've seen all the Mad Max movies, which ones you would rate in what order? Do you agree with me? Do you not? How you can't beat Tina Turner as the bad guy in Beyond Thunderdome. It's just nuts. I need to rewatch that one. It's been a long time since I watched it. So I mean, out of the gate, and I think with Fury Road, I think that what's his face, Tom Hardy did a phenomenal job reenacting and taking on that mantle that Mel Gibson carried with the first and the second one. So that really, when I think of it, is like boom, off the top of my head. When I think Apocalypse, Mad Max comes to mind every single time. And then after that, I would go with it's a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with Book of Eli, just because it's so different, so intense. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Skip now, hit about 10 seconds, boop boop. He's blind, and that whole thing is just crazy when you figure that out at the end, and the spiritual aspect and tenor to it, all of that I think is just really cool, and it's just well acted. I mean, it's Denzel Washington. You can't go wrong with that. And then I Am Legend. That's how I'm gonna rate him. Book of Eli, and then I Am Legend right behind that. And what I like about the two differences with those movies is that whereas Book of Eli is like walking across a hellscape apocalyptic America and thinking through that concept and some of the like barter system and like that type of stuff is really interesting and intriguing to me, traveling in an apocalyptic world. Whereas I Am Legend is completely opposite. It's hunker down and stay where you are in an apocalyptic world. Obviously different. People are still around in Book of Eli. People basically are not in, I Am Legend. Very few people. And though I Am Legend is more pandemic, which is more what we're dealing with right now. So both have really great aspects to them. Both very well acted, very well, have a lot of truths, I think, in just like what to prepare for. It gives you some good ideas on how to live. I'll never forget the scene in Book of Eli where he busts out some hand wipes, and that's like a heavy duty barter item. And I totally agree with that. I mean, if it was really the apocalypse and like just the end of time and money and everything, I mean, a couple good hand wipes to like use as either your shower and or clean yourself. I mean, you could use that for a lot. So I've always viewed that as a really good thing. And then just totally random, it just popped in my head, but I remember I spoke with someone years ago who was in the military during Bosnia in the 90s, and he told me that they're basically living in an apocalyptic system in the sense that like most money doesn't work, war torn everything. Barter is basically how you get what you need. And he said Bic lighters were like gold over there. If you had a Bic lighter, you could barter for a lot of ammo, you could barter for medical supplies, food. Yeah, something to consider if you're looking for some things to kind of use as quote-unquote barter items. Bic lighters might be a good item. So anyway, food for thought there. And I'm trying to think for apocalyptic movies. I mean, that's really those are the tops for me. I mean, there's a lot of other like really good ones. 28 Days Later, World War Z. So guys, I think that's it for tonight. I'm sure we'll do some more of these, and leaving comments below other topics, things you'd like me to hit on, discuss in these Campfire quarantine videos, and we might continue even after the quarantine. So let me know. Love you guys. Check out the other video popping up. Check out the other links that we offer to you guys. I'm sure for a lot of people money is tight, totally get it, but if you are purchasing stuff, we appreciate it when you do purchase through all the hyperlinks that I offer to you below. And shout out to my PayPal subscribers, Jeffrey and Shelly. You both are awesome. Thank you so much. And we have many others, but you two were the most recent ones. And I just appreciate you guys. Every little bit helps me make content and continue to produce the videos you guys see here week in, week out. If you want to become a PayPal supporter, 5, 10, 20 bucks a month, whatever, it really helps out a lot. Links below. And finally, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We love you. You're not alone. We'll see you out there.